Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a video about the hit show Futurama and all the mathematical references and jokes inside it. Now I am a big fan of the show Futurama. I've been watching it for absolutely yonks, and I hadn't noticed until recently how kind of cryptic it was. You know, to the casual watcher it just seems like a fun show about, you know, an alcoholic robot and a nutty professor in the year 3000 in the fictional city of New York. But actually, it's so much more than that. Now, the guys who write Futurama, one of them is Matt Groening, who you may know as the creator of The Simpsons. He's actually a mathematician himself. Another of the writers, Al Jean, he has a maths degree from Harvard University, which is a very prestigious university in America. So these guys actually use their mathematical influence in the show, and they put in all these kinds of mathematical references and jokes that casual viewers just go over their head with. So one of these mathematical references is recurring numbers in the show. And one of the very important recurring numbers is the number 1729. Now, 1729 appears in the episode where Fry goes through all these boxes to all these alternate dimensions. And one of the universes he goes to is Universe 1729. The Christmas episode, Bender receives a Christmas card from Mum that says, "Happy Xmas, son, number 1729. And even Bender's number is number 1729. And most importantly, 1729 is the name of lots of the taxi cabs, or the number of lots of the taxi cabs in Futurama. So, what is the significance of this number? 1729 is known as a Hardy-Ramanujan number. And it comes from two mathematicians, one called Hardy, one called, obviously, Ramanujan. And there's a very interesting story behind this number. So Ramanujan is what we consider an amateur mathematician, in that he didn't really have any formal training in mathematics. He was completely self-taught. And he left India to come work for Hardy at the University of Cambridge. And towards the end of his life, he was very ill in Putney, and Hardy comes to visit him. And he says to Hardy, what was the number of the taxi you took? Because this is what mathematicians consider banter. You know, this could have been his last conversation, and they decided to have it about taxi cab numbers. But, you know, that's just how mathematicians are. So Hardy replies, oh, it was not a very interesting number, it was only number 1729. Nope. 1729 is a very interesting number. He points out that it's a very special number for this reason. Now, 1729 is a very interesting number because it can be the smallest possible number that can be expressed as the sum of two cubes. Now, what does this mean? So, this is Hardy-Ramanujan numbers, and this is a very poorly drawn picture of Bender the robot from Futurama, if any of you watch. The alcoholic robot. So it's basically like me on a student night. So, we'll take the number 1729. Now, we can express 1729 in two different ways using cube numbers. So, 1729 is 1 cubed and 12 cubed. Now, you probably agree with that. But you can also express it as 9 cubed plus 10 cubed. So it's the smallest possible number where we can express it as the sum of two different cube numbers. So this is very interesting, and because of the story about Ramanujan's taxi, these are known as taxi cab numbers, and that's why it's so amazing that Futurama writers have put it as the literal taxi cab numbers in New York in the year 3000. So I'm not really sure the Futurama writers ever sleep if they're putting this much detail into their episodes. Now you're probably thinking, if this is the smallest taxi cab number, then what is the second smallest taxi cab number? Well, the second smallest taxi cab number is this number here. So it's 875,39319. But this number is also the number of a taxi cab in Futurama. Actually, all the taxicab numbers in Futurama are literal taxicab numbers. So I think the Futurama writers need either a round of applause or a life. But I think that's absolutely amazing, because up until recently, some of these things just went completely over my head. Now, another mathematical reference are Bender's serial numbers. So if you take a look, but Bender's serial number is 2716057. Now, what you can actually do with this number is it's another sum of cubes. So 2716057 equals, it's the cube of two numbers. The first one is 952 cubed plus another cube, but this time it's minus 951 cubed. If you know a little bit about cube numbers, if you cube a negative number, you'll also get a negative number. Like if you do 2 cubed is 8, but if you did minus 2 all cubed, you get minus 8. So it's not quite a taxicab number, but it follows the same kind of design. So any number represented in Futurama, you have to remember it's not just randomly placed. The writers don't do that. It's there with a purpose. Okay, so there's some other references, mathematical references in Futurama. The episode where Bender and the crew go to the haunted house. The episode is called The Honking, and it appears in blood a binary code, and if you know what binary codes are, they're just ones and zeros. But if you actually decode this binary, it actually spells out the number 666. So that's pretty clever. Mathematical reference is in the episode about poplars, where they sell poplars. And there's a billboard and it displays the number of poplars sold. And this number is 3.8 times 10 to the 10. So 3.8 times 10 to the power 10. So it's effectively 38, but with 9 zeros on the end. Now this number actually represents the distance between the Earth and the Moon, providing you measured it in centimetres. So the distance between the Earth to the Moon is 3.8 times 10 to the 10 centimetres. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be making tons more videos. There's one coming up about the mathematical references and jokes in The Simpsons, so hold on for that. I'm also going to be doing some physics related videos, and I'll be doing some videos about applying to university and things like that. So if you like this video, please press that like button and don't miss out, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay. So thank you very much everybody, and may the force be with you.